Well, hello there, guys. Today we're going to be doing a tech talk, and this is for our stylist training series. So this video is geared for those of you that are currently Color Street nail stylists, or maybe you're thinking about joining and want to learn more. So I wanted to share with you a software solution that I've been using to run my online nail bars. I love it. I find it so easy, and it just makes running the party more fun because instead of me focused on the posts that I'm putting in the party, it allows me to mostly concentrate on connecting with those in the party itself. So today we're going to be looking at a party posting software program called Vizzlie. Now there are many out there, so I don't think it really matters which one you use, but if you do find that you start to do a lot of nail bar parties online, which I love to do, guys, so hey, if you are not a stylist and you're watching this video and you would like to have an online nail bar, because let me tell you guys, you can earn a lot of free nail sets that way. Please hit me up. I would love to run a party for you guys. But anyway, if you are a stylist and you'd like to learn more about how I run online nail bars using a software solution called Vizzlie, then please keep watching. Hi, welcome to Vizzlie. So I wanted to show you Vizzlie, which is a program used for scheduling your posts. You also have other functionality too, but that's the feature that I'm going to be talking about today. And I use it so that I can run multiple parties at the same time. It also keeps me organized, and it allows me to very quickly customize a party for a new host based on a template that I create. So this is Vizzlie. Now you're going to want to obviously set up an account. The free account allows you to map to one group. So if you want to be doing multiple parties in multiple different groups, you will need to pay for the subscription, which is I think around $10 a month. If you are signing up and new, I would love for you guys to use my referral code if that's okay. This just means that if you do choose to use the paid subscription, that I also get some money off of my next payment. So this is my referral code, and also if later on down the line you're referring this to someone, make sure that they use your code too. All right, so first of all, you need to sign up for your account. You can start off with a free account, and then you can always upgrade later. That's what I did. And then you'll be having the option to map to a group within your account. Now, one thing you'll need to do if you are mapping to a group in Facebook is you need to go into your Facebook group, go into your Facebook settings for that group, and in there you need to allow this particular app. There's an app section in there. You would click on that, and then you would tell it that you want to allow Vizzlie to work with that group. But basically, when you have groups, it will show you all your available groups to pick from, and then you can tell it which one to map from. And again, with the free subscription, that is only one group that you're allowed a month. All right, so there's a few different areas you'd work on in Vizzlie, but before I show you how I use it, I wanted to just show you that there is at the bottom of your account, there is an About Us section, and if you click Getting Started, there is a lot of step-by-step videos right here to teach you how to use this system. So definitely come in here and check this out and get familiar with how it works. For me, I'm going to go to a template. So you can create a template from scratch, or you can use one. So I'm going to go to my Facebook templates. I'm creating something for Facebook. And then in here, I could choose to create a new folder to help sort things out, or I can create a new template. Here's a few different templates that I have. The one I want to show you guys is the Spring 2020 Nail Bar. So I have based this on the nail bar that the Nailionaires are providing for their downline every month. And I am using that right here, but I also have it customized for myself. I have some videos that I created. So definitely if someone's providing you with a template to use for your business, you want to modify it a bit. You want to change it up. If you can use your own graphics, that's even better, because Facebook will sometimes flag images if they're being overused as spam and that kind of stuff. So awesome if you get a template from somebody, but also even better if you can customize it and make it your own. Now in this nail bar, I have some, because remember, this right now is not attached to any groups. This is just a template that I will later on make copies of to create nail bars for my different hosts. So this right here, in the 7 days before, these are actually posts that I don't actually post through Vizzlie in any of those groups. So this is just a reminder to me of what I typically would use as a description. So when I have a new hostess, I would create a group for that person, and I usually add 3 things. I usually add the header image, or Facebook cover, I usually add a description, and then I add a welcome post. So this is kind of telling me some of those things to add.
And then throughout the party, I might do an update of like where the hostess is for our party meter. So in here, I have different things that I might typically say on those posts. So when I go later to create this for a hostess, I would actually delete all of these from her party or his party. But here I have the structure showing 3 days before, turn on notifications, where to shop. So that's the things that I'm doing throughout the party, and it's all scheduled out for me, which is what I love. Now let's say that I'm creating a new post. So if you had started from scratch, that's the first thing you would do is you'd create your first post. When you create a party later on, and I'll show you that, you actually tell it what time you want your party to start. So when you're building your template, you're basically saying, I want this post to happen so many minutes before that time, that start time, or after, or you can also set it for a specific time of the day. So let's say my party's for a 7 p.m. start, and I want to do a post that's, hey, 1 hour alarm, 0 days before our start time, and this is where you put relative to the start time or exact time of day, and I would say 1 hour before event starts. Party almost starting. Are you ready? And then in here, you'd put the text that you're going to say in there. Maybe it's something like, our party's about to start in 1 hour. Here's what you would need for the party. And then at the bottom is where you can tell it if you want an image or a video. I'm going to choose to say an image, and then basically you would just upload for that image and bring it in. All right, so another really cool thing that you can do when you're creating these is you can put in placeholder text. For instance, I want to use this for multiple parties. So that's the reason I'm doing all this work, creating my template so I can reuse it over and over again to save me a lot of time. So in here, I might have something that's specific to a host. Like, let's see. How do you know our hostess? So in here, I would typically use the hostess real name. So if you go into your post, I'm just going to click on it and choose to edit it. You'll see in here, I have something here that's called party time. I have host. Do you see how I have it in these brackets? This is putting in placeholder text. And then later on, when I copy this template to use in an actual party, it will notify me that I need to replace this text. So it will later on say, hey, you have this word host in all these different posts. What do you want to replace it with? And then I can do that. So it just makes your life easy. So it's, if you're doing this and you're setting this up, I recommend like keeping a little notepad somewhere that shows the tags that you use, and just be consistent when you create your different templates. It'll just make your life easier later. So yeah, so basically you go through and you structure out the whole thing. Now, one thing I like about it too is that you can share a template. So I will sometimes create a nail bar, and then when I'm training a new stylist, I might allow her to use that as her starting point, or maybe there's a launch party that you could create for your team. So things along those natures. But again, because of the fact that Facebook can be problematic with seeing too many images or too much of the exact posts, you do want to really help people learn how to create their own nail bars. It really is important that you're creating your own content for it to actually have good reach and for it to not land you in Facebook jail later on, which is never a good idea. So that is really quickly what like a party looks like, but how to actually use it. So let's say it's time to use it. I'm going to go to my groups, and then just going to pick a party. I'm going to go to my regular Color Street VIP group. What's nice is when you do link to a party, it is automatically turned off. So that's good. You're not going to have anything going through. You could create your stuff right here, or I'm going to say to schedule posts using the template that I already have. I'm going to go over into my Spring 2020 nail bar. I'm going to load that template. And let's just say, well, when is this actual party going to be? Let's say this party is going to be next Thursday at 7 p.m. All right, so I have my party scheduled 7 p.m. I'm going to keep, so in this case, I don't have anything already scheduled, but let's say I had planned other things, maybe different engagement posts. I would just make sure I had that set to yes so it doesn't override them. And then I can actually bring in the whole template as is, which is what I'm going to do, or I could select posts. So in here I could just choose exactly which ones I want. I'm going to go to all posts and I'm going to load the template. And again, everything is on shut off right now, so nothing's going to, even if it's saying, oh, you should load now, it's not going to do that until later on I turn on this page for posting. All right, so now I have exactly everything else that was in that original template. So one thing to also think about is if later on you're customizing something and you're like, oh, I like this new wording better, just make sure you go back to your original template and edit it there as well, so that you're always using one document or one template as your starting point versus having all these different variations out there. Okay, so one thing I might do is, now that I have this kind of structure, I might go and create my Facebook group. I might add the description and those types of things. And when I don't need it anymore, I would just click on it and hit delete. I don't actually want that to post into the group. Other things, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, this is where you're going to see your text replacements I mentioned. So basically, if you see any of these words, it's because they're inside of a bracket. So one of them is host. Host is missing. So I'm going to click that. And anytime it has the word host, I'm going to say I want to replace it with the word Lisa. Maybe my host name is Lisa. And you can see down the bottom, it kind of shows you one of the posts it's going to fix. And then you can go to next post and kind of see that as well, just to make sure that's exactly what you want. And now you hit save. So that's for Lisa. I can keep going. I can now shopping links. So in her post, sometimes I like to put the shopping link in there. I also like to have my shopping link in my pinned post, and many times I will link to my pinned post so it's not actually taking people outside. But you get the gist. It's basically just going through, making sure you replace all of that. And then after I have everything replaced and I've gone through and deleted any of the posts I don't want, that is when I can go ahead and preview everything. So I like to just click on the first one. Actually, that's all the stuff I would delete. But what's your color street status? I'm going to say preview post, because that way it will show you with the corrected text in the preview if you actually have gone through and corrected them all, because I didn't actually do it. See, also, if you didn't do that, it will highlight it for you in orange. So I can review this, look at it, and say, yep, that's all correct. I'll hit next post, and I can just keep going through and just making sure everything looks good before I say, yes, let's do this. Once everything is ready to go, I have everything scheduled where I want them, I would just turn on the posting. And that's pretty much it. Now, one thing I also do sometimes is I will go in and some things I will have Vizzlie do for the posting, and other things I might do myself. For instance, I have some videos, and with Facebook, it doesn't really like it when you take people away from Facebook. So if I have the time, what I might do is go into my Facebook group, recreate this post. So first I'll come here, I'll say preview post, and I'll copy it so I have all the text. I'll go into my Facebook group, paste it in, I'll input the video file versus a link to my video on YouTube, and then I will schedule it. After I've scheduled it, I'll just come back over here, delete that one particular post for that day, and that way it's not duplicated. But yeah, so there's some cases where Facebook just likes it better when you're posting directly from Facebook, or your content just stays in Facebook. With videos, they actually have to link outside of Facebook. It has to go to YouTube or another provider outside of Facebook. So just something to think about. All right, so if someone gives you a code, so if you are using Vizzlie and you have someone who's like, oh yeah, I have a template, you could use this as your starting point. Let's see, to bring that in, you would want to go to templates and into Facebook, and you can choose to import a template. And all you need is the code that they gave you for their template. So that's all you need for that. And then you'll have it in this list. You can then edit it. You can even duplicate it if you want to keep the original in there. It would just be a matter of clicking on it, and then you can choose to make a duplicate of it. So anyway, that is Vizzlie in a nutshell. I definitely recommend going through and checking out the trainings. I hope you guys find this helpful. Definitely if doing nail bars, and a lot of nail bars, I think it makes total sense to spend the money on a software system like this to really make your life easier and keep you organized too. It's so nice for me to just have one spot where I have like my main nail bars, and then to kind of customize them later on.
Okay guys, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and that you learned a few tips and tricks. Now again, there are many different providers out there that you can use. This just happens to be the one that I really like to use, and it also allows me to share with my team different templates throughout the year, so that's really exciting too. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, or you are welcome to share this with other stylists that you know that might be looking into different ways of automating their online nail bar process. All right, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Again, if you are here on my YouTube channel and you're not a subscriber, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the bell too, so you'll be notified when I upload videos. But if you're a stylist, make sure you check out my playlist, because I do have one just for you that has different trainings that I've created to help you along your journey. So thank you again so much for watching, and have a fantastic day.